Coaches, I'm going to give you just a few minutes to go over the rules with your groups. And then at 11:10, we will start our timer for the group. 11:10. You have 3 minutes, Angel. All right, so we're off and running with our second age group of the day. This is mature kids. The same 5 events that we had earlier for the kids age group. Looks like pegboard is just finishing up on a few rules there. Everyone else in balance line, obviously waiting on that as well. But our first rope climber is finishing up his first minute. Went the whole time. Ziggy puts in a pretty good time there, 19 seconds, down and back on the cliffhanger. Now, the sled wall is an interesting obstacle because it's a bit of an endurance challenge for these athletes. We're estimating the weight of that box to be somewhere around 70 to 75 pounds. So for this age group, most of these kids, that's either how much they weigh or possibly just even slightly more. Taya turned in a super fast time at 13:58 across that cliffhanger. She'll get a couple more attempts there as well. Jacob flying off the backside of the spinning disc on the balance. That's going to be a little DQ for him on that first one, but looks like our first athlete is finally ready to go here on pegboard. Let's see what Colin Vitale. Now in this age group, they're going to go down and back. So they've got to go all the way down the pegboard. They're going to reach each of 5 scoring zones before they return back down the other direction. The peg will score when they pull the trailing peg out. So as long as the peg is ahead of the blue line and the trailing peg is out of the board, so you'll see the points totals going up here for Colin. As Shane makes his way across the cliffhanger, little tap there. He's at 10 seconds. Moving very well through that one. Interesting thing about this particular cliffhanger is it was set by reigning National Ninja League skill cliffhanger champion. I don't know. There's a bunch of words in there, but you get what I'm saying. Ethan Zimmerman. So he won the cliffhanger skill at last year's World Championships, and he was the one who actually set this cliffhanger for us. And these athletes look to be doing pretty well with it. So, Eric just turned in a great time running down and back to balance. So you notice on the floor, especially on that one, as Caleb gets ready to tackle the balance run, the disc at the far side of the balance run is there we go. Wanted to make sure we got Colin's score right. So while the action continues here, this is fast and furious. We've got Violet wrestling with the sled push, but she gets a head of steam on her. It's pretty fast there. A little under 30 seconds to go. There you go. Jacobs 2 times up the rope. Wow, 2 times in under 10 seconds. 3. All right. Oh, good. And nice to see Jacob Luptek bounce back there on his second attempt at the balance and actually get a completion there. He had DQ'd on the first one. Here's Taya on her second attempt on the cliffhanger. See if we can improve on her time. And it looks like we're already finished in the sled wall with about 5 minutes left to go. Coach Matt has brought out the mats and going to let the kids get a little monkey bar time. Zachary Moss with excellent leg skill here on this rope climb. Look at that J-hook technique. This is a kid who knows what he's doing on a rope. That's going to save his hands a lot. That's why he's racking up such high numbers here. Looking very confident there. He's just moving efficiently. Going up for number, 8. This might be the most we've seen today. Wow. Putting his height and his technique to use there. That's going to be a tough number to beat for sure. I don't even think I could do 9 rope climbs in a minute, or 8 or whatever it ended up being there. All right, we got Jack Gillen on the pegboard. Oh, man, I spoke too soon. He was on the pegboard up until about a second ago. As Luke Kemmerer makes his way back very quickly on the cliffhanger. 14 seconds there. 3 minutes left in this rotation, as looks like we got Charlotte getting her rope climb. And almost a save. Logan was so close on that balance. That spinning disc, when it starts going on you, take a couple extra steps and it's just, oof. All right, Izzy Bittorf up next on the balance run. Izzy did some training with us during the pandemic, some one-on-one with her dad in the morning. You can see him standing right there watching her. They were an early morning crew, helped each other get into shape, during the pandemic. Had the whole gym to themselves super early in the morning, and she's really come a long way in a short period of time. Just a kid who loves to do ninja. She's not generally one that we see on the NNL scene, but she came out for this one because she just wanted to have some fun with it. As we see an NNL veteran over here, Taya making her bid for a 12.43 second. Whew, super fast on the cliffhanger. Here goes Joey up the rope climb. Looks like we got a couple of Strive athletes here. Olivia on the pegboard and Joey on the rope climb. Olivia making her way down. She's just got to get it in that last one. Okay, now she can pull off and head back. Coach Paulina telling her she's got to get that left hand out to get the, there you go. And she couldn't quite make it back, but all the way down the board. Here goes Shane muscling his way through his last attempt on the cliffhanger. A little hung up there on the yellow, but very quick for Shane. Good job. Caleb Rolson sticks the landing and makes his way back down. Nice job. Oh, he's just doing it for fun. It's amazing how much better they can do when the clock isn't running and they're just doing it for fun. So it looks like everybody's going to finish up here on time as Ethan finishes up his last rep. And I think that'll do it for our cliffhanger group. All right, with 30 seconds left here, we're going to get these guys moving on to their next rotation. All right, everyone, it's time to move to our second rotation. So listen up for your next stations. Cliffhanger, we'll be moving to the action room for sled push. Sled push, we'll be moving to the pegboard. Pegboard group will be moving to balance. Balance group will be moving to rope climb. Rope climb group will be moving to cliffhanger. Coaches, I will give you 4 minutes to go over rules quickly with your groups, and then we will get our second rotation started. All right, ninjas, let's get rotation 2 started. And we're back. We see Jacob Luptek here on the rope climb, making his way back up again. He also has that great foot technique. Jacob spends most of his winters skiing up in New Hampshire. He's on the ski team up there and does a lot of tricks. He's also a wrestler. He's got a lot of muscle on him, but all that extra muscle makes it hard to get to the top of the rope. Apparently, he can also deadlift 170 pounds for a 10-year-old. Is pretty crazy. All right, West Federico throwing down a 10-second time. No, 9.61 on the balance run. That's pretty good right there. As we see Ziggy making his way through the first section of the sled push, breaking out for the 8-foot warp wall, topping it out there. Back, and then tractor pulling through. This looks like it could be a pretty good time here. Ooh, struggling a bit on the back end there. We have Nathan Smith here on this first cliffhanger rotation for him. A couple extra swings there, just going to take some time, and he's off. I think we'll probably see maybe a little bit more efficient out of him on the next one. As Cameron Godbout's up on the pegboard. Little cut under technique there. There we go. Well, seems like he's got himself in a pretty good rhythm here. Has to pull that backside out in order to score. There we go. Whew, Lily Barrett making short work of this cliffhanger. Look at those hips going. And off. Whew, super fast time. 13:34. Cameron a little over 30 seconds here on the pegboard. And Shane is going to have to use every bit of his weight to get that box moving. Shane Olson, one of our smaller competitors in this age group. He is a little powerhouse. I guarantee you that sled weighs more than he does. But he will not be stopped. And he's home. Nice job. Izzy Bittorf up on the rope climb. Yeah, hurts the hands a little bit there, kiddo. Whoop, Colin Vitale. No, very nice precision work to square it up on that balance run back. That was like an 8-second run. Yeah, 8.79. All right, switching up athletes here. Lucy Fishman up on the pegboard. Zachary Moss showing good hip action on the cliffhanger, really setting his hips back before each move. Helps. Oh, except for the last one. There you go. And he clears. Nice job. Fast and furious action here in round 2 of our second wave. This is mature kids. They will compete in all 5 events today, rotating through the gym until we get ourselves a mature kids champion. Looks like we're getting ready to start our, we're about midway through our first round there on the cliffhanger. And Ethan pushing the sled all the way down. So we're down to our second to last competitor there in the sled wall. Eric doing his best to keep those feet pinching on the rope. We got Jack on the balance run. Good, makes the transition and heads back down towards the start line. If you can make the transition off of the spinning disc with square hips, you're in pretty good shape. Getting on and off of that quickly is easily the most difficult part of that particular obstacle. See how Lance does here. Oh, yep, little quarter turn in the air. A little stumble there, but not bad. Pretty efficient. As time runs out on Eric on his rope climb. Ooh, Violet struggling a little bit there on the pegboard. If you get long-armed and get turned around like there, the shoulder muscles just don't really like that position. When you're, oh, Olivia goes straight over the tail end of the spinning disc. Yeah, if your shoulders aren't in a good position there, it makes it really hard to just make a lot of progress. You might get lucky here and there throwing a peg in, but it takes a lot more coordination between your abs and your shoulders than you think. Pegboard, one of those skills that really, if you want to get stronger, faster at Ninja, you absolutely have to practice. It's great for lock off. It's great for core stability and coordination between upper and lower body. It can be really difficult at first for a kid to first get on a pegboard, and they might find it frustrating, but the longer they stick with it, just like anything worth doing is probably a little difficult at first. All right, so the pegboard's finished up. So now we're going to give the kids a little bit of practice time. We built them in here to these rotations, gave ourselves a little bit more time than maybe we needed to. It's been a while since people have seen redemption time in an NNL comp, probably over a year for at least our gym for sure. So it's nice to give the kids a little extra practice time here on the tail end. And with the numbers that we have today, we just figured it would be a good way to bake that into it. There we go, Charlotte Reed. Ooh, not even using her legs at all. That's going to be a tough go. She's got to get that upper and lower body coordination to get that rope climb. I'll tell you what, parents, if you're watching this, if you have trees in your yard, even if it's only 10, 12 feet high, climbing ropes are not that expensive. It's certainly not a very dangerous obstacle at all, and it'll do wonders for your child's grip strength, for their coordination. I mean, you can see right here with Charlotte, she just doesn't know what to do with her feet and her legs. But that'll come eventually. Give them enough time on the rope. They figure it out. It's just like climbing trees or, skateboarding or anything else. As long as you stick to it, it gets a lot easier. We got someone asking about how much of the sled for this age group. We believe it's about 75 pounds with the weight of the box and the 25-pound weight on top of it. The next age group will be moving up to an actual sled, a Rogue sled, that will be about 97 pounds for the next age group. All right, as we've got our last minute going here, looks like Cliffhanger is the only group that is still active. So they'll be finishing up here in just a second, and then we'll make the announcement for the next rotation. All right, we're going to finish up our last couple competitors here in the cliffhanger, and then we'll make our rotation. All right, we just got a couple competitors here finishing up on the cliffhanger, and then we'll move to our next rotation. So sit tight for just a second. I think we have maybe one more to go in there. All right, ninjas, rotation 3 coming up. So the cliffhanger is going to move to sled push to pegboard to balance run to rope climb to cliffhanger. All right, and we're back. We got Wes Federico on the rope climb. You can hear the jingle jangle from out on the floor. We got Izzy on the cliffhanger, and Violet came in a little too hot on the spinning disc there at the end. Oof. Wes is going to have some hot hands if he keeps that up. Ouch. A little over 30 seconds left to go. He may be able to get 3 more reps if he hustles. Wow, look at the strength of Lily Barrett just slamming that box home. My goodness, she looks like a wild mongoose out there. Go, 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 go. Slamming that sled wall home. Nice job. go. Eric makes his way out to the end of the cliffhanger. Looks like pegboard is still doing some rolls, which is fine. They've got we baked this into the rotation so that these guys could have a little extra time to explain if they needed it. The obstacles that take very little amount of time, they get multiple reps on, and so if COVID has taught us nothing, it's how to be organized and how to be more efficient with how we move people around the gym. All right, here we go. Now, as Ziggy Holler gets ready for the pegboard, this ought to be interesting. He's a member of our action team here. He's a bit of a wild man. As you can see, he's already flying around in circles. I don't know if he's ever even been on a pegboard before. And judging by what we're seeing, he's super strong. But here's one of those situations where technique can really help you out a lot. And so you see Ziggy struggling a bit here. When he's all put together, one of the fastest kids you'd ever see. But again, we talk about skills and needing to acquire certain skills to help us to adapt in different situations. Here's a really good example of it right there. But he's toughing it out. Might stay up there for the whole minute. He's going to try to score a few more points. There we go. Jack Gillen closes in on his second point. Ziggy's still up there. He's got grip strength for days. Nice. Managed to get 3. Good job, Ziggy. Duncan Rand goes for a little spin on the balance, but manages to recover. There we go. Turns it around. Heads straight. Oh, did he take a step there? Hard to see. Gonna have to get a big screen here in the office so we can see. All right, here we go. Logan Stowell up next on the cliffhanger. Shane Olson on the pegboard. And Joey Round in third on the sled wall, all the way back. Good. Lance looking very methodical on this rope climb here. I got to give a big thanks to NinjaWorks for allowing us to put all these different angles together. We got our hard-working director back here today. Oh, as Duncan Rand hangs on the spin plate. Nice job. Oh, over the years, we've managed to acquire plenty of cameras and cables, and we love tech here at Action Athletics. So it's we're happy to be able to bring it to you guys who can't be here with us today, and hopefully give you a little bit of entertainment, until the Masters is on later. As Taya makes her way down the pegboard. She's already got 3 points. Looks like she's going for 4. That fourth section is a little bit bigger, or it's called fourth section, a little bit bigger than the other one, so it takes them a little while to get through it as she clears through that one. There she goes, makes her way into section 5, and times out on section 5. Okay. Taya's got great upper body endurance. Maybe not as explosive as, say, like Colin, who you saw go before. But that's just something to be worked on. These are young ninjas. Their bodies are growing. They grow out, then they grow up. They put on muscle. Sometimes they need a little extra weight. And they don't know what to do with it. All right, looks like sled wall has wrapped up. So now they're going to get a little fun time kind of on the monkey bars, warp walls. Looks like we're into our, I believe it's our second or possibly third rotation over on the cliffhanger. Ooh, Colin making short work of that rope climb. Usually by the time on the cliffhanger that they get to their third rotation through those, it might not always be their fastest time. So there is something to be said for figuring out, the technique. And I think as you see the older age groups go through, because we're going to give them 3 shots on the cliffhanger as well. So with the preteens and the teens later, you may see their technique improve as they start to figure things out, and maybe they'll have a little bit more endurance in their hands. With these kids in this age group, a lot of it is just, thinking maybe 1 move ahead, maybe 2. The good ones will think 2 or 3. But a lot of it is just taking it as it comes, and that's a testament to how strong they are. Okay, here we go. Charlotte up on the rope. Okay. Grabs the rope. She's going with a bit of a wild dismount there. Gets the rope back. Clearly she knows what she's doing on the rope, though. And balance run is into their bonus time as well. Okay, still active on the pegboard. We got Luke Kemmerer taking his shot. So you see Luke doing that sort of Tarzan monkey bar peg swing. Now, the pegs themselves are 1 3/8 inches. The peg holes are 1 5/16 inches. So there's not a lot of room there. You got to be pretty accurate. And if your body is swinging around a lot, it can make it a lot more difficult to get those pegs in the hole. So it is a sort of a lesson in technique and accuracy. So that's where, like, with this age group especially, you see kids who just love to do laches. All they want to do is swing and fly, do those big power moves. But, being able to dial in that precision with an obstacle like the pegboard can really pay dividends on a lot of other skills. And cliffhanger is one of them, where we find Caleb Rolson. Seems like everybody in the warp wall or in the action room has discovered where the camera is. So now they're all trying to check themselves out on the the giant projector screen we have going here, and waving at the camera at the top of the 10-footer. Okay, Kira Potter making her way here. So it looks like we'll be a little overtime on both the pegboard and the cliffhanger. So maybe not. Yep, there's Caleb. Looks like we have. Was Jacob our first one up? Oh, wow. So they're going to be a bonus time on this rotation, which is fine. We gave ourselves plenty of. Hey, way to fix your mask in the camera there, bud. Good job. Don't hang off of that wall. There you go. Hi. Nice. Kira's covering a lot of ground here on the pegboard. Still 15 seconds left as she makes her way through the final. Ignore that buzzer, kids. Just keep moving. They're not even phased. There we go. And Charlotte Reed is off in 30 seconds, 29. Okay, looks like we're entering our final rotation here on the cliffhanger. So we got to check in with the live audience, and we'll be right back. We got a little bit of bonus time here, folks, on the cliffhanger. Just ran a little behind, so give us a minute here to finish up the cliffhanger, and then we'll head into our next rotation. All right, that will do it for rotation number 2. I believe it was 3, 2. So we're going to move on to our next station. Cliffhanger group into the action room for sled push. Sled push to pegboard. Pegboard to balance. Balance to rope climb. Rope climb to cliffhanger. All right, coaches, you have about 4 minutes to explain to your groups, and then we're going to get this thing started. All right, as we head into rotation 4 for this mature kids group, we've got Taya making her way down the balance run. A little over 10 seconds there for Taya. Izzy Bittorf on the sled wall. She's got to get that thing moving, get those power legs going. There you go. Just a little bit of Spartan or, a little stage 2 ninja brought into our skills comp today. Lucy Fishman, wow, going for number 7. That's a good score on the rope climb. Nice job, Lucy. Ethan making the turn on balance. Now, that's a pretty big gap. Got to have good parkour skills to get through that. I like it. And it looks like pegboard is getting ready to start as well. Coach Sherry jumping in there to fix the balance run right ahead of Luke. Oh, and Luke goes flying over the top. When you come in super hot to that spinning disc, it can really throw you off. Like we said, agility, putting your body where you want it to go, when you want it to go there. But if you don't know that something's going to move when you get there, sometimes that can throw you a curveball. Jacob with that big swing, finding it hard to make that peg match up. There you go. Now he switches back to a more conventional look. A little crossover. Good. He's covering a lot of ground, but all those extra swings in there Good. Just each extra swing takes a little bit of time. Makes it so you have to be really super accurate. And if it lines up, it looks great. But each one just costing him an extra little second there. So he looks like he's going to time out here before he makes it all the way back down. Couldn't make it into that last scoring zone. Really impressive that he could line it up. All right, now Caleb, one of our smaller competitors on the sled wall, coming out. He and Shane are probably about the same weight, but he's able to move the box up and over that warp wall. That's what I just mentioned. Shane, he turns around on the balance run. Wow. Sub 10-second run for Shane. Nice job. Here comes Caleb back to the box. Now, little slip. Got to get it going. Overcome that inertia. There you go. Once you get it moving, come on, Caleb. There you go, bud. Those feet are slipping out. That's it. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Oh, he's got about 15 seconds left. Got to dig deep in those legs. And makes it home. Nice job. See, now Zachary Moss here on the pegboard. Far less swing than we saw out of Jacob there a minute ago. A lot more ab coordination. He's still doing this crossover, which is it's covering ground, but it can be a little awkward. But it looks like he's going to make it all the way back. Just a lot more control. There you go. Finished in 43 seconds. Pretty good, pretty good. There we go. Luke dials it in this time. Doesn't go flying over the disc. Slows himself down. That's how we do it. Good job. 10.7 seconds for Luke. All right, we got Sydney up on the cliffhanger here. Sydney's really come a long way as a ninja. I remember back when she first started in some of our Nina events that we would have with Strive. She's really growing into a strong young ninja. Speaking of strong young ninjas, Lily Barrett up on the pegboard. She and her sister Charlotte competing today as Ziggy goes for a spin on the disc. Excellent parkour out of Ziggy. Like I said, he's a wild man, but he's always right on the brink of control. It's actually Charlotte that's up with the mask. It's hard enough telling them apart without the mask. Jeez, with the mask on. There we go. Now this sled ball should play very well for Jacob. He's got a lot of power in his legs. He knows how to hustle. He just hustles like a barrel of muscle. Look at him move that sled, just pumping the. I'd believe it that he deadlifts 170 pounds at 10 years old. Oh my God. I don't know what's in the water up there in New Hampshire. Ooh, Taya looking like she's coming a little bit faster on this. Oh, just couldn't quite make the turn. Here we go. Now, Charlotte looking very controlled here. Good. Wow. All the way down in about 25 seconds. So even though she has a swing going, she's very coordinated. Well, didn't quite get on that one. I spoke too soon. There we go. The holes that these athletes are putting the pegs into also a little bit different from what we normally do here at Action. I'm a big fan of not putting backs on my pegboards. I think it makes it so that you have to be more accurate. I think that it really challenges the athlete to have to do a pegboard with a lot more control. But on this one in particular, because we wanted to put the ability to put climbing holds on the back of it, it ended up having a back to it. So the actual depth of the peg is only about 1.5 inches, which to me feels a lot. It just doesn't feel like there's enough there that you should be able to hang from it. But tested it yesterday and tested nearly every hole in the thing. And at almost 200 pounds, it held me up no problem. So I think these young ninjas are in pretty good shape here today. They should be fine. But it can feel a little jarring because you're like, 1.5 inches, that's doesn't seem like it should be enough to hold anybody. Charlotte making short work of the cliffhanger. I'm not sure if that was her first or second run. Actually, better be her second, given this long in the rotation. Looks like Ziggy DQ'd on. Wonder if that was his third run. These are a lot of names to keep track of. I'm watching the same live stream that you guys are, so it's fast and furious action. Kids waving at the camera, 5 different obstacles going at once. But it's exciting, I'll tell you that much. A little flexor. Aha! Did you notice how my young man in the action room just turned around on the warp wall and then ended up falling when he got to the bottom? That's why we don't do that here. Not saying it happens every time, but when you fall down and punch yourself in the face running down a warp wall, it just hurts your pride more than anything else. All right, a little less than 2.5 minutes left to go in this rotation. Wow, Jack Gillen making short work of the cliffhanger. Look at him pumping those legs. Good. Excellent leg action. 13:26, pretty good time. Now this should be Lily Barrett up on, there we go, up on the pegboard now. Coach Paulina making sure the pegs are set. Got about 2 minutes left to go. Now anything that Charlotte and Lily do tends to be a little competitive together, so watching Lily go out here, she's electing to use, oh, well, there you go. Now she skipped one. She was, for a while there, she was using every hole and just being very meticulous about it, which here she's kind of going back to that, which isn't bad. 25 seconds out to the end. Now she's got to come back. You see down there at the bottom, she's just slightly behind her sister, but now it looks like she's gaining ground on her, but slipped a peg there. Man, having that sibling there to push you and have that healthy rivalry. I guess when you're a kid, maybe you don't appreciate it as much. But as you get older, you realize how much stronger they made you for it. It looks like Lily's going to finish. Woo! Great job. Great job, Lily. Nice. Okay, everybody else. Yep, everybody else is into redemption time now, about 45 seconds or so. And Cliffhanger is just finishing up. This might be Charlotte's last run here. There we go. And very nice. 12 seconds out of Charlotte. And we got Wes up here for his last run, the Cliffhanger. Nice. 10 seconds left to go. Hopefully this horn doesn't sound while Wes is on there. There we go. Nice. Wow, 10.85 seconds. And it looks like that's going to do it for everybody. So we are back here again. All right, that will do it for rotation number 4. So Ninjas, heading into our last skill of the day. Rope climb, head to cliffhanger, cliffhanger, head to sled push, head to pegboard, pegboard, head to balance, balance, head to rope climb. This is fun. Coaches, you will have 4 minutes to explain, and then we'll get started. All right, a couple of our groups started a little ahead of time, which is fine. Gives more redemption time for the kids, but we're trying to make sure we stick to a bit of a schedule here. Give all of our coaches a chance to reset the obstacles for the next group here after these guys finish up. All right, so in our final rotation, Charlotte Barrett overshoots the landing on the balance. Taya, there you go, using a good foot technique there when she can get them on, scrunching them up high. There you go. She's up to 3. I bet, if this being the 5th rotation, grabbing that rope climb there at the end, you get a little bit of time to rest in between, but, you've done all these other obstacles, pegboard, cliffhanger, and you get on that rope climb. It's all your hands can do to just keep repping out, especially with that crush grip. 7 seconds left. Can she get one? Oh, no, she just missed it. Oh, she could have kept it coordinated. Might have had a shot at it. All right, let's see how Caleb Rolson does here on this pegboard. Reaches out for it. Okay. Looks like he's going to be doing the, call that the Spinderella technique. Nope. Okay, now he goes to reach out for it. A lot of sway in there, but manages to find it. Crowd going silent makes it easy to hear the jingle jangle of the bell there at the top of the rope. There you go. Lily manages to slow her momentum down long enough to make the turn. Back on the balance. And Olivia making short work of that box push. And wow, Jacob Hartman-Bindo, 7:45 on the balance run. Excellent turn there. Man, tell you what, these Strive kids came to play today. All right, Luke, got to get up there and hit it. Come on, Luke. There you go. Sometimes when you get to the top of that rope, you can feel like it's right there. All right, next up, we've got Duncan Rand on the cliffhanger. And Colin Vitale finishing 21 seconds. Whew. Super fast on that sled push. Now, Jacob, no stranger to hanging. He's had ropes in his house since he was probably 2 years old. He's been climbing and hanging and swinging. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even able to get into his bed when he was 4 without climbing a rope to get up to it. So he is no stranger. Looks like Luke gave everything he had on that rope climb. Wow. So yeah, Jacob is no stranger to hanging for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays up on this pegboard for the whole minute, but he looks to be making pretty good progress. All right, Cameron jumping out to that second hold. Quick tap. And back. Woof. Excellent. 9.76 seconds on that cliffhanger. That may be one of the fastest times we've seen today. It's hard to keep track of all of them together, but seems like that's going to be pretty far up the list. Nathan Smith, good. Takes his time on the turnaround. Wants to make sure he gets a rep in. Sometimes you just want to get one under your belt before you really sell out on it. Looks like Kira's doing pretty good in these rope climbs too. Was that 8? Just got to get... Heard the jangle. Oh, she's got to get one more. And down from Kira. All right, Ziggy up next on the rope as Sydney gets ready in the action room for her sled wall push. Let's see. I always say Ziggy's pretty fast in a straight line. That rope is just about as straight as it gets. Just got to go up and down. There we go, there's two. Sydney making her way back through. She can get this box moving. She'll put in a pretty good time there. Ooh, Duncan just peels off on the cliffhanger there for a minute. Let's see how Izzy does on the pegboard here. We did not have this obstacle over the summer when she was, over the winter when she was training with us. Like I said, she's not a seasoned NNL competitor, just an obstacle enthusiast, a kid who loves ninja. All right, we're all finished up in the, she just couldn't make that peg move. Well, hopefully they'll have a little bit of redemption time as Ziggy turns in a six spot on the rope climb. Cameron up for his second, I believe. Second or third on the cliffhanger. See if he can improve his 9-second run last time. Yeah, that was a faster time, 9.04. I believe he was 9 and a little bit more change on the last one, so moving a little faster. Shane's got to get up that rope. Looks like Shane's getting a little frustrated by his hands there, getting a little tired. But he got one. All right, one time up and down. Like I said, it's always good to practice these things. And with summertime coming up, having a rope in your yard, if you have a tree in your yard, just anywhere you can find a rope to climb. It is that rope and pegboard for your upper body strength are some of the single biggest things you can do as a ninja to just improve that grip training. Sure, dead hanging's good, bar work is good as well, but rope and pegboard prepare you for a lot of other situations. All right, everyone, just give us a few minutes here to tally up the finishes, and then we're going to all head outside to the parking lot for awards. All right, athletes, let's head outside for awards.